Do you want to learn how to make a real paella? You know, like the ones we actually make in Spain, not one of these fake ones that has chorizo in it? Well, that's what we're doing today in our backyard here in Madrid. So venga, let's go. Hey guys, welcome to our home. Yoli's here with me. We're stepping out into the patio. A little bit of a different video today. You see, friends are coming over for a paella, which we're going to be cooking in our, well, backyard, if this is what you call a Spanish backyard. Yoli's getting it all ready over there. So what happened is on New Year's Eve, we met this guy, a friend of a friend, Vicente, and he's from Valencia. And while we were having drinks, he was like, I want to come to your house one day and make a real Valencian paella. As you know, paella is from Valencia, and we're like, okay, great. I forgot all about it. And then a week ago, he said, well, what about this coming Sunday? And I was like, amazing. So we've rented this outdoor paella kit, and he's going to come and show us exactly how to make a paella. It's going to be amazing. So we're setting up now. The wine is chilling in the fridge. We got the kit setting up behind us. They're going to be here in a few minutes. Now, a little bit of a warning, because this is effectively an afternoon hanging out with friends, I'm not going to be filming the entire afternoon because, you know, I want them to be able to enjoy their time together, but what I am going to be filming is how he makes this paella. I'm going to be asking him questions, ingredients, how long he cooks for, certain techniques, so we can really show how it's done. So that's the plan. A little more free-flowing, not quite as structured, but I hope there's some great information here for you, and I hope you enjoy it. So welcome to our home, and let's get into this paella. Hey guys, so this is Vicente. He is from Valencia, and he's going to show us how to make the real paella. Vicente, are you going to show us how to make a real paella?
I'm going to make you the driest paella I can do here from Madrid.
Perfect, the truest paella that can be done in Madrid. Vicente's gonna show us. Let's start cutting the ingredients right now. In the kitchen, starting off here with Vicente. We've also got Juanma behind us who made some incredible empanadillas. So Vicente is kicking off, he's cutting up the garlic that he's gonna fry up here in the pan. So starting off in the kitchen, once we cut up this garlic, got it going, we'll move out into the patio. So just so you get your words right, this paella pan is called a paella. And you see these little bumps on the pan, that helps distribute the heat. So this is a legit pan. So Vicente is cutting some patos, some duck, and I asked him what the minimum ingredients are to be officially a paella, and that's olive oil, garlic, green beans, garrofó, which is a type of legume, as well as chicken and saffron.
Of course, it's not done. It's mixing meat and fish.
Never mix meat and fish. But yeah, sometimes meatballs go in, sometimes chorizo.
No.
No chorizo going in the paella, and no mixing meat and fish. Get that, all right? Moving on. Lesson learned. So a really important ingredient is the garrofó. These beans, which Vicente has brought, he said they're frozen. You can buy them dried and soak them, but they're fine like this. But they're probably pretty hard to find if you're not in Spain. Outside Spain, I don't know, the garrofó, they're like a big white bean. Important and really, really yummy. They soak up all the flavor, and they're meaty and delicious. Okay, I'm just gonna do a little review of all the ingredients we got here before Vicente starts cooking. So we have the garlic, now we have the garrofó, the alcachofas, the artichokes, and the green beans. We have the duck, remember, that's an addition that Vicente likes, so you can add rabbit if you want. Chicken though is required, so we have the chicken, saffron, important, adds color and flavor. We have the paprika, sweet paprika is sweet and smoked from La Vera. We have tomato triturado, what do we call that? We have sunblock, really important. Triturado means like mixed up. And we have the rice here, which is a specific variety from Valencia, which is important. And so this is redondo rice. You can also use bomba rice, but it's important to use the proper rice because it has to soak up, it's a starchy rice, and it has to soak up all the flavor. Extra virgin olive oil, of course. ¿Qué me falta? Ñora peppers, these are dried peppers that are important. We'll give it flavor. We'll see how those are used in a sec. Salt. And I'll show you the salt, just in case you don't know what it is. Right, let's start cooking. Okay, so we're ready to start cooking. Let me introduce you to Vicente from Valencia. Olive oil.
We start with la chorreta de olive.
A little bit of extra virgin olive oil. Spreading it around. One thing, guys, if you're trying to find all the really hard to find special ingredients like the rice, check out latienda.com. I'll put the link in the description below. They deliver Spanish food and wine. They sell it all throughout the United States, and they have a whole section dedicated to paella, you know, including all the ingredients you need, and they also do the pans, and they do the whole kit with the legs and the gas that we've got here. So Vicente is frying the garlic until it's golden. So you're just getting a golden, crispy, all that flavor. It means the flavor's in the oil as well, and then he's going to take it out because otherwise it'll burn. So this is our first step, you know. So just a little tip, you saw that Vicente was frying the garlic, but that is not to be used in the paella. It's just to give flavor to the oil, and you can just eat it, because once he's taken it out, he's not putting it back in. So now the oil is infused with the flavor of the garlic, but you're not actually going to put the garlic in the dish. It's going to be too strong. And the way to think about this, you can see Sara, Tere, Juanma behind me. I always think of a paella like this as really like the Kiwi barbecue. This is what it is. And so sometimes people say to me, where can I get a good paella in Madrid? And it's hard, because when you go to a restaurant, you're kind of missing part of the experience. Hang out with friends, eating, drinking in the sun. So that's the big part of it. So it's quite hard to recreate that in a restaurant because you're just doing the eating part. But it's a good lesson that you need to do this at home. So I'm going to make sure that all the ingredients and instructions are below. You can get those ingredients at La Tienda. Experiment. It's wonderful. And gather around it. I love it. So just an explanation of what Vicente is doing is he's put the ñora peppers in just so they balloon up. And then he's going to take them out. He's going to slice them up and mix them with the tomato sauce. So this step right now is just so that they balloon up. That se hinchan, as we say in Spanish, that they get big and fat. So he's taken them out already. That process has happened. Alright, now Vicente's put the meat in. So in this case we've got chicken and duck. And so again, he's going to wait till it gets all delicious and golden. So I just missed a moment where Vicente put in the vegetables. So we've got the meat there cooking away, browning, and he's added the vegetables in. So the green beans, the artichokes, and the garrofó. So that's in there, he's working away at it. There's Yoli.
Hey! I'm doing nothing today.
Good.
I'm so happy.
You're on a break. So Vicente's been cooking all these vegetables and this meat for about 20 minutes or so. So the idea is it should all be pretty well cooked, golden and delicious. That's important. This step is really important. This is so much flavor that's adding before we add the water. So we've got here the mixture of ñora peppers that Sara cut up along with the tomato and the paprika, the sweet paprika, all mixed up in a paste here that is going to go in soon, I guess.
Yes, I soon.
It smells good, smells smoky. Smells so good. Okay, so Vicente's mixed in that tomato, ñora, and paprika paste in there. He's mixed it on. The color is incredible in that pan right now, in that paella pan. It just looks beautiful and golden. You can almost see the flavor. Now he said in 1 minute he's adding the water, so we're getting scientific again. Okay, so we've figured out how much rice we need, 600 grams for 6 people. How much water do we add in? Now we need to do another calculation. Tere has been doing calculations on our calculator behind us to get it right, because Vicente said it's 2.5 parts water to 1 part rice. In Madrid, he said, because it depends on the calcium levels in the water in your city, so you're gonna have to play with it a little bit. So what we're gonna add in is 1.5 liters of water to the 600 grams of rice. Now, I'm gonna let you, if you want, switch out some of that water for a little bit of stock, if you want to, like a meat stock, to add up the flavor. You know, you're allowed if you want to. 1.5 liters of water, and then also on top of that, the saffron to give color and flavor. Vicente's turned up the heat a little bit, so it will reduce down, and everything will take that flavor. Of course, we're missing one key ingredient still, and that's the rice. Coming soon. So we're coming up to the moment of rice, but Vicente said first you got to try what you've got in the stock. You got to try the dish to see if it needs more salt. So he said it needs more salt. So he's added more salt. He wants that. He wants the flavor to be all perfect before he adds the rice, and he's going to add the rice in a very special way. He thinks he might have put a little too much salt in, but happily he is in the house of salt. We love salt. You can never have too much salt from me. So yeah, I like this tension. This is really cooking. That was in Valencian. I don't know what he said. So here next to the paella that's cooking away, the rice is under. It's so interesting how they add it in a cross shape. I've seen that done before, and as Vicente said, there's no reason for that as far as he's aware. It's simply tradition. And then yeah, you just push it down a little bit and leave it there and do not touch the rice. Turn off the gas a little bit if you need to increase or decrease the cooking, but now you're in the hands of the gods, or the Valencians, depending how you look at it. So I asked Vicente how long the rice should be cooking there for, and he said until it's done. And then I said, well, how do you know when it's done? And he said, you just know. So we're gonna have to wait and find out because I have no idea what that means. Why are you covering it?
Because the top part of the paella, you can come here, is still not cooked, but the part down there is already. To the steam, to cook the top part, we need to cover it.
Okay. So this step that Vicente was just explaining where he is covering the paella is, well, you won't always have to do it. If you had a huge paella pan and it was a very fine layer of rice, you might not need to. But the idea is, yeah, that it's getting cooked on the bottom, but we still need to cook the top. So this way, with the steam, it's going to cook the rice at the top. So you just have to kind of see how it's going. He saw that the rice at the top was not super cooked, so this is why he's done that. So I wanted to step away from all the cooking for a moment to explain the whole hoo-ha around rice and Valencians and paella and what, you know, here's the thing, it's a dish from Valencia, as you guys know if you've been watching this channel, and you know, often Valencians guard the recipes really strictly, and if you make something that's not, according to them, a paella, it's called rice with things, arroz con cosas. And so even Valencians, you know, Vicente is making sure that he's doing it right because Valencians might see this video. And so when Jamie Oliver makes a paella with chorizo, or I was watching YouTube the other day and Gordon Ramsay was doing God knows what to make a paella, but I do empathize when things are just completely ripped off and changed and suddenly it's just a rice with things. You can do whatever you want, but the name must identify a certain type of dish and a certain way of doing it. And that's what we're doing today, you know, Paella Valenciana. I think I'm gonna buy the kit and start doing it myself. Super excited. Okay, so Vicente just added the rosemary on top, which we cut from the garden here. It makes it, it gives a little bit of flavor. It also just makes it look pretty, he said. So, you know, flavor and just aesthetics. And also by looking at the rice, he's like, tiene buena pinta, he said. And that means it looks pretty good. So he's feeling happy. So I love that moment of covering it to really cook that rice on top. And wow, I'm really excited. It's looking incredible. And the rosemary is just the cherry on the top. Okay, so this paella smells incredible. It smells of, I mean, it smells of paella, but you can smell the rosemary as well. All the ingredients, it's just such a mix. And we're gonna eat this in the traditional style. We're gonna put the big pan in the middle of the table. Everyone's got a spoon. You mentally divide out, almost like a pizza, which part is your part, and you start eating. And that is the truly traditional way to eat it in Valencia, rather than, you know, serving it out onto plate. So that's how we're gonna do it. Wow. I'm very excited. This is the beginning of my life, I feel like. My paella life.
You just got born.
I was just paella born.
You were just born.
I'm gonna do so many paellas, baby.
Oh, yeah, I can't wait.
It's a paella future. But there's an important part you have to understand about the paella, and that's the socarrat, which is a Valencian word for the burnt bit on the bottom. And so when you see those paellas that are very soupy, that's not a paella valenciana. So you want it to be crispy on the bottom. That has its own flavor. So that is called socarrat. That's what you want to achieve, and we have some here. Yoli's got more of it on her side. Lucky Yoli, but yeah. So as I promised, I was filming the cooking, and I'm not going to film the rest of the party because we're now going to enjoy this, but I'm going to try some first. Oh wow. The depth of flavor, artichoke, chicken, duck, it's all in there. The rosemary and a natural flavor as well. You can just tell it's been cooked over time. So good. I am now addicted to making paella. I'm excited. It's a paella future. Wow. This is good. Thumbs up to Vicente. Gracias, Vicente. We're scraping the pan, we're drinking the wine. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you in the next video. It's just been wonderful having you in my home to show you guys how a real paella is made. So, salud!
Visca Valencia!
Visca Valencia! Ciao, see you in the next video. Hasta luego!